Looks like that's working.
The utility clerk is just joining as well.
Is that Claudia? Somebody.
The Claudia one is actually Ken. He's the board president.
Ah, oh, okay. Oh, good.
And I hope I have your name right, sir.
I'm gonna change the screen name for them. And then Heather is the next person joining us. They're from the utility too.
Yep.
All right. Okay, great. So we are ready to go. Got everyone we're expecting. And let me mention that if whoever expecting to speak here should have their screen and their camera and their mic turned on. Otherwise, you can observe through here or through the YouTube channel. But since you're in here already, that's fine. And I think we're ready to go. So I guess maybe we should just check with Kenneth. Kenneth, can we just check your audio? Make sure that's working okay. Just gotta unmute your mic.
Can you hear me?
So your mic is muted. You must be you're using Heather's mic. That's okay. You just need to speak up because you're kind of low.
It was on mute. Can you hear us now?
Yes, yeah. So
Okay.
that's both of you using that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okey-doke.
All right. So we have Kenneth's on the screen. Heather, do you expect to be speaking at all?
Not necessarily.
Oh, okay. Get it. Use so.
Heather,
Okay.
you may have to, you're going to
Yeah.
have to attest that you posted that notice. So you
Yes.
will.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm gonna mute Kenneth for now because we can only have one mic running in the room at once. So if Heather, if you're gonna verify the notice, we'll mute Kenneth for now. And if we have to switch that out, we can do that.
Okay.
Okay. So let's just say something else, Heather. I just want to check that again.
Okay.
No, you're still. So do you have anything else playing, like the audio? Is that
No.
coming out of Kenneth's computer?
Yeah, it must be picking up on.
Yeah, so just have
And
one.
Heather, you're okay to shut yours off and just go with Kenneth's.
Okay.
They just need to be able to see your face and hear your voice. So
Okay. So what are we doing now? So I'll unmute Kenneth then. I think you have to press the button, Kenneth, to unmute your mic. There we go.
We're both over here now.
Yeah, that's great. All right, just get
Okay.
together there. All right, perfect. So where did Kenneth go? So let me just get your last name, Heather.
Cummings.
You'll have to spell that for me. It's hard to.
Cummings.
Cummings. Okay, great. Excellent. All right, I think that's what we need to do here for now. So let's get started. All right. Well, this is docket 90 WR 105, the application of the Village of Alma Center for authority to adjust water rates. This is Mike Newmark, the Administrative Law Judge for the PSC. And we are here on Zoom with the applicant, its consultant, and commission staff in attendance. We've made the connection available to members of the public on our notice of hearing and on the utilities customer notice. But right now we have no members of the public connected at this time. So what we're doing here today is creating the record in the case. That'll be the documents we identify and verify under oath as exhibits, as well as any comments we receive live from the utility commission staff and any members of the public that join us before we adjourn. What we do with the record, and the record's also going to include a recording of the hearing So we're live streaming this on YouTube, and YouTube will then will save it on our YouTube channel. So the recording and the documentation will be all part of the record. We will provide the record to the decision maker in the case. And in this case, it's Andy Galvin, the administrator for the Division of Water, Utility Regulation and Analysis. So administrator will review the record and make a decision, and then a written order will issue based on that decision. It'll be emailed to the utility and put on the commission's website. So I did want to mention, part of the record, we can accept public comments either today, like I said, live, or in writing. And the written comments are due Friday, March 21st. They can be uploaded to the commission's website using our public comment page. Really, you're just typing it in and submitting it. And then you can also mail it to us by US mail. And the details on how to do that are on our notice of hearing, which is being shown on the screen. So hopefully if members of the public can use that video, or if they're watching, they can use this as a resource to get their comment in. There are no comments on file at this time. So with all of that said, let's move on to verify those documents. So we do have the utility exhibits. We'll get those in the record first. So we need to verify those under oath. And there are quite a few this time, not usually this many in these cases, but there's 22. So we have them listed on this email that I received from Eric Lindgren, commission staff. And of the 22 documents being offered, there's the customer notice and the rest of the documents. There's also the resolution document. There's some documents from the village itself. And there's also the more technical documents, related to the application. So let's get the customer notice verified, and to the extent that that person can verify other documents, we'll have them do that. But let's start with the customer notice. So who can verify the customer notice under oath?
That one will probably be Heather, along with number 12, which is the PFP resolution, and then the tax equivalent resolution. I can't see the number on it. Oh, 22.
Oh yeah, 22. Yeah. Is it
And then
cut off
Heather,
on
I
the-
can take the rest of them.
Okay.
Can you see the whole?
Yep, no,
The whole list is not showing up though. Hold on, maybe I can
no,
adjust.
it was just, I had a notification that was up over, so I
Oh,
got it.
okay. All right. Oh, good. Okay, so let's start with the customer notice then. Heather, I see you there. I'm going to swear you in first, so raise your right hand.
Okay.
You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes.
Okay. Can you slide a little closer to the middle there? Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't be
Okay.
afraid of Kenneth. It's okay. He won't
Yeah.
There,
bite.
okay.
Doesn't look like he bites anyway. I don't know. All right. So you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
Yes, I do.
All right, great. So give us your name and title, please.
Heather Cummings, Deputy Clerk.
Okay, great. And can you see the screen share?
Yes.
There's a list of 22 documents. So for the document number 1, the customer notice, is that complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
And also the PFP resolution, what's labeled as number 12 on the list. Are you familiar with that?
Yes.
And is that complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay. So the rest of the documents we'll pass on to your consultant. But before I let you go then, any comments you'd like to add about the case?
No.
No? Okay. And
You
we can
also-
circle back if you change your mind once we get
Okay.
to some of this, but I just wanted to give you that chance for now.
Okay.
So for the rest of the documents, we'll have Melanie Lenovsky verify
All
the.
but probably 22.
Oh, did I miss one? Okay.
Yeah, that's that tax equivalent resolution. That's the other
Oh,
one.
yes, that's the one you were reminding me about. Okay, so so Heather, one more document, the one listed as 22, the tax equivalent resolution. Are you familiar with that?
Yes.
And is that one complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes.
Okay, perfect, thanks. All right, so the remaining documents, now we'll have Melanie Lindowski. I'll swear you in, raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
So the remaining documents, are you familiar with those?
I am.
And are they complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, they are.
Do you have any comments?
I do not.
Okay, so let me swing back to the utility. Any other comments with respect to the case? So this is a chance for Kenneth to comment if you want to.
No comments at all.
All right, great. Okay, so we'll move on to commission staff. We have revenue requirement. We'll start off with that one. So I believe that will be Kathleen Butzloff. Swear you in.
Right.
Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Can you confirm that the revenue requirement exhibit is complete and correct to the best of your knowledge?
Yes, it is.
Any comments?
I do have one comment. There were multiple recommendations and requirements that commission staff included in the cover letter for the revenue requirement. Some of them were related to billing and others were related to accounting and reporting. And the group of issues that are related to accounting and reporting have been resolved. The utility with its consultant filed an amended 2023 PSC annual report on March 5th. So that group of issues has been taken care of. So thank you to the utility for doing that. Once we get a little further along, Cara will address the issues related to billing. And that's all I have for right now.
Okay, fine. So should we move on to cost service study and rate design or take on the billing issue? Which way do you want to do that? Well,
Maybe we can handle the billing issue right away.
sure, let's do that then. So is it Cara McFerrin? Did you have something to say about that? Just unmute your mic.
Yes.
Okay. So let me swear you in. Raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
I do.
All right. Well, go ahead with your comment.
Okay. Well, I just wanted to comment that there had been some number of outstanding issues that we had been working with the utility to try to resolve regarding back billing and PFP charges. And we still have one outstanding issue regarding the PFP charges and back billing for 5 vacant lots. Under the utilities tariff, they were required to bill non-general service customers for PFP charges, and those were not billed, and therefore the utility is obligated to back bill their customers under Wisconsin State Statute 196 635 and also under Wisconsin Administrative Code 185.15. And so I have no knowledge that it's an option. I mean, the statute requires this. And so basically my last communication with the utility was on March 11th, asking the utility for advising them that they should back bill those non-general service customers that were not billed for public fire protection per the terms of the utilities tariff for a 2-year period from the date of billing. And then I asked that they had send me a copy of like their draft spreadsheet with the back bill calculation so we could review that information and provide them with input before they back bill their customers.
Okay, and that was March. What was the date you said that was sent?
March 11th, I had sent them an email.
An email. Okay.
Right.
All right.
Sorry. Yep. Because we had been communicating with the utility for a number of months regarding the back billing for PFP charges.
So does staff have a recommendation for this case with respect to that problem, or is this for the decision makers' information? How does this affect the decision in this docket?
Judge, if I may, this is Sophia Rogers for commission staff. I think Kathy might be able to state whether or not this actually affects the revenue requirement. But this is one of those things that was caught in the case that we are obligated to flag, and when something's not being done in accordance with the administrative code and the statute, we generally will tee up an order point. In this specific instance, we haven't been provided with information that we need to verify what the amount needs to be.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm just curious what the commission is proposing the administrator to do to in terms of an order point, like to respond within a certain time, or what should we expect the outcome in this case to be with regard to that issue? So did you have anything to add there, Kathleen? Looked like
Yes, I do.
Mhm.
First, I would just like to confirm that this does not have any impact on the estimates in the revenue requirement or the proposed rates. So
Mhm.
those would not change. It is just the required back billing by statute for the 24-month period. I would recommend that an order point be included, giving the utility 45 days. I would think that would be adequate to wrap this up. So something like within 45 days of the date of this final decision, the applicant shall correct any incorrect billings related to public fire protection charges and submit a summary of the plan to address these billing issues.
Okay. So let's swing back to the utility. Did you have a comment on this issue? I don't know if Melanie, if you have something, or if the utility wants to chime in. Anything the commission should know about this, or are you willing to agree today to that condition?
I know the only thing right now they're struggling with is Claudia, who's the clerk, has been out on medical leave. And so she's kind of the one that knows a lot more about all this and was involved in a lot of this. I think at the front, maybe Kara, I can't remember. Heather's the billing clerk, but I think Claudia was helping her and guiding her through like what she had to bill. And with her out on medical leave, that's kind of why it's kind of delayed. But Heather and Ken, maybe you guys can say more to this.
Yeah, go ahead.
Well, I mean, yes, she's right. Claudia was the one who was dealing with this and how we left, before she ended up in the hospital. What she had said was that going forward, we are going to create these accounts, but we're waiting for this audit to be done. So we need to, I mean, to go back to customers for 2 years and charge them, we don't have accounts. We don't have, like, we don't even have accounts for these owners. Because they're not residents, they have zero utility, anything else like that. So our understanding is once this is all completed, we need to have something to go back to these customers to start billing, that we were not going to go back 2 years. So I don't know if there's anything that could be, I don't know, amended from the tariff or anything like that, because, sending customers a bill for over $1,000 that, for 2 years of services that they haven't needed or used. I guess our understanding is that we are going to start, not go back 2 years.
Okay. So would it be helpful if the order was explicitly requiring you to do that as the statute?
Well, we're just going to have some very angry customers.
Yeah.
So going back 2 years to back bill them, it is going to be, I mean, it is a concern and an issue. We're going to have some very not happy people. So understanding we didn't know this, existed in the tariff and hasn't been done, we totally get that. But to go back and bill them for 2 years of services they didn't acquire. We just don't know how we can do that. If there's any way that, it can be amended in the tariff or something like that to say going forward, we're gonna fix or resolve the issue going forward to be in compliance. And I guess that's where we're stuck.
Yeah, I don't know all the legal details about that, so I'm not going to advise you on it. But I think to the extent that the statute's requiring this, and there's really nothing that you have discretion over, or we have discretion over, the commission has discretion over, it's just something that, to follow the statute, we need to, make sure it happens. So that's why I'm asking if the order itself, orders you to do it, that may be helpful in order for you to,
We will definitely need something to send with to these customers if that's,
Yeah.
The case of what needs to happen. I mean,
And that's
Like,
understandable. I
like,
get what you're saying, but I don't know if we can really find a way out. I don't think there is a way out of it, nor should we be looking for one if the statute is requiring us to do it. But it's an unfortunate oversight that we all recognize it's not the best case. So I'll leave it up to the decision maker about, what the what the decision should be, but I think you know, what I'm hearing from you is that it would be helpful if you had more of a if you had more direction from us about these customers. So I'll leave it up to the decision maker to work that out and see if he wants to provide that in the final decision. But I do appreciate you bringing that up, and you know, that's something that we wouldn't really have been considering before. So hopefully that'll help. Anything else with that
Can you
issue?
explain a little bit to Heather and Kendall what that's going to look like, meaning what you're talking about? This is kind of newer to them going through this rate case. So what that looks like, what we have to give them, and then what they can send out when you say the decision maker, just so they kind of know what that process looks like and what they're going to get that they can maybe use then towards if he decides to put something in there. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I guess I don't really know. I'm just kind of
Okay.
we're breaking new law here, as we used to
Okay.
say years ago. But I think, you know, it'll be, I mean, what I'm suggesting is that something be included in the final decision that says, you know, and I think I think we were talking about in terms of the order condition, but to be more explicit to say, you know, you must bill these people in order to follow the statute, and that would just be in the order itself. So if you want to look at a final decision that we've sent to water utilities in the past, and just that's the form it would take, assuming the decision maker agrees with me. But so that they would have the order to back them up. But you know, really just speaking theoretically now, hopefully that would be something that could assist you in complying with the statute and convincing the customers not to be too upset. But I would say good luck with all of that, because
And when does that come out approximately?
I'm
How many
sorry.
days, how soon before that comes out? How many days?
Yeah, I don't know if we have an estimate from staff. Yeah, go ahead, Kathleen.
Typically, we give a general estimate of 2 weeks from the date of the hearing.
Now, this one may be a little bit more complicated because of the issue, but it doesn't sound like it would take very long.
And
We've
I'm just
had-
thinking because of that 45-day thing. Somebody had mentioned giving them 45 days. So if all of a sudden this takes 30 and they only got 45 days to fix this, I don't know if it's from the hearing date or from the.
Right. From the date of the order. Yeah. Yeah. The conditions would be starting at when the order is issued.
Okay.
Yeah. That I can tell you for sure. That would make the most sense.
Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. Anything else? So we'll move on to cost, service study, and rate design with Eric Lindgren. I'll swear you in. You swear or affirm, tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth.
I do.
All right. Can you confirm that the cost, service study, and rate design exhibit is complete and correct? That's your knowledge?
I can.
Okay, great. And it is, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. All right, great. So any comments that you have?
Not at this time.
All right, great. So, we're winding it up here. So just want to make you aware of that. Looking at our list of participants, no one new has joined us, so there's no members of the public to take comments from. I'm going to stop the screen share here and ask if there's anything else we need to address before we adjourn. Nothing? All right. Well, thanks very much, everyone. We're adjourned. Take care.
Thank you.